Welcome to your daily dose of AI news. We're diving deep into the flood of headlines to bring you the most important developments.
It seems like AI is everywhere you look these days.
It really does feel that way, doesn't it? New model launches, ethical debates, even protests. It's a lot to keep up with.
Absolutely. That's why we're here to break it all down for you.
Exactly. So let's jump right into it. This week we saw Anthropic release Claude 3.7, and Elon Musk's xAI launched Grok 3.
Both companies are making some pretty bold claims about their capabilities.
Definitely. What makes Claude 3.7 so unique?
Well, it boasts two distinct thinking modes.
Two thinking modes, huh?
Yep. One is designed for rapid-fire responses, like a supercharged search engine.
Okay, so that's for those quick answer needs.
Right. But the other mode is where things get really interesting. It's designed for deep, complex problem solving. It's almost like it's pondering the issue.
Like it's really thinking it through.
Exactly. And it uses this technique called chain of thought prompting to break down these complex problems into smaller, more manageable steps.
So it's mimicking the way humans reason, basically.
Precisely. And this allows it to tackle challenges that were previously considered beyond the scope of AI.
It seems like AI is evolving its own form of deep thinking.
It really is quite remarkable.
Now, on the coding front, Google just entered the AI coding arena with Gemini Code Assist.
And they're offering it for free.
Yep, completely free. Could this spell trouble for paid tools like GitHub Copilot?
It's definitely a game changer. Google making such a powerful tool freely available could empower a much wider range of developers.
And potentially disrupt the existing business models in this space.
Exactly. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out.
Now, in addition to these major releases, we also saw DeepSeek unveil a new library for matrix multiplications called DeepGEMM.
This is a critical component for deep learning advancements.
And let's not forget the AI Builders Summit that wrapped up recently.
Lots of experts gathering to discuss language models, agents, and of course the ethics of AI development.
There's a lot to absorb.
It really is. But don't worry, we're here to help make sense of it all.
Speaking of making sense of things, let's talk about NVIDIA.
Ah, yes, the shit-making giant.
They just absolutely crushed their earnings estimates, largely driven by the soaring demand for their AI chips.
Their success has been phenomenal.
It makes you wonder, are they at their peak, or is this just the beginning of their dominance in the AI hardware market?
Well, their success is undeniable, but it's important to look beyond the hype.
Meaning?
While the demand for AI chips is currently skyrocketing, a lot of that is likely fueled by this initial surge in investment in AI infrastructure.
So companies are scrambling to build up their AI capabilities.
Exactly. But the key question is whether that level of investment will be sustained in the long run.
So NVIDIA's fate is tied to the overall growth of the AI market.
Precisely. If the AI gold rush slows down, it could have a ripple effect throughout the industry.
So while NVIDIA's celebrating its wins right now, they're also likely strategizing for a future where growth might not be as explosive.
Absolutely. Adaptability is key in the tech world.
Now, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about the human side of all this AI advancement.
This is where things get really interesting and potentially concerning.
For example, there's that AI startup that was initially backed by Y Combinator.
The one that used AI to monitor factory workers and referred to them by numbers.
That's the one. It raised a lot of ethical questions about dehumanization in the workplace.
Rightfully so. Y Combinator ended up withdrawing their support.
Which highlights a crucial challenge. As AI becomes increasingly sophisticated, how do we ensure it's used ethically?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And it's not just about ethical concerns. There's also the issue of the skills gap.
You mean the gap between the potential of AI and the ability of companies to actually implement it effectively?
Exactly. Despite all the hype, many companies are struggling to apply AI solutions to real-world problems.
It's like having all the ingredients for a gourmet meal, but not knowing how to cook?
Perfect analogy. You need the right chefs with the right skills.
So it's not just about having data scientists and coders.
No. You need people who can bridge the gap between the technical aspects of AI and the actual business needs.
It's about fostering AI literacy across the entire organization.
Precisely. Companies that can do that effectively will be the ones that truly unlock the power of AI.
Now let's move on to something a little different. Over 1,000 musicians recently released a silent album.
As a protest against AI using copyrighted material without permission.
It's a pretty unique form of protest. Do you think it's effective?
It's certainly thought-provoking. It forces us to confront the implications of AI on creative expression and intellectual property rights.
It's a debate that's only going to get louder as AI continues to evolve.
Absolutely. And speaking of AI's expanding influence, we can't forget about Amazon's latest move.
You mean the launch of Alexa Plus Perceive, their premium AI assistant for $19.99 a month?
That's right. It'll be interesting to see how it stacks up against the standalone AI agents that are popping up everywhere.
It's a battle for our attention and our wallets.
And it reflects a broader trend. AI assistants are rapidly becoming more integrated into our lives.
Both personally and professionally.
Exactly. The potential is vast, but so are the challenges. Ensuring safety, reliability, and ethical behavior are paramount.
And that brings us back to a crucial point. We need to approach AI from multiple perspectives.
Not just the technological advancements, but the ethical, economic, and even philosophical implications.
It's about considering the big picture and asking the tough questions.
And that's what we aim to do here every day, to delve deep into the complexities of AI and provide you with the insights you need to navigate this rapidly changing world.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg for today. Stay tuned as we continue our deep dive into the latest AI news in the next segment.
You know, we were talking earlier about the skills gap in AI and how companies are struggling to implement it effectively.
Yeah. It's one thing to have the technology, but it's another thing entirely to know how to actually use it to solve real-world problems.
Exactly. Think of it this way. You can have a state-of-the-art kitchen with all the fancy gadgets, but...
But if you don't know how to cook...
Exactly. You're not going to be making any gourmet meals, are you?
So what's the recipe for success when it comes to AI implementation?
It's not just about having data scientists and coders. It's about cultivating AI literacy across the entire organization.
AI literacy. So everyone needs to understand AI to some extent.
Right. People need to understand the basics, the potential benefits and limitations, and how to communicate effectively with the technical experts.
That makes sense. So it's about bridging the gap between the tech and the business needs.
Precisely. And companies that can bridge that gap, they'll be the ones that truly unlock the power of AI.
Now, speaking of AI, another term we're hearing a lot these days is AI agents.
Ah, yes. AI agents.
Exactly are they? How are they different from, regular AI?
So think of an AI agent as a specialized AI system that has a very specific purpose.
Okay, so it's not just processing information, it's actually doing something with that information.
Exactly. It's making decisions and taking action based on what it learns.
So it's like a highly efficient personal assistant that can handle complex tasks on its own.
That's a great analogy.
So instead of just giving me an answer, an AI agent could actually execute tasks based on that answer.
Precisely. Let's say you have an AI agent that monitors your emails.
Okay, I can see where this is going.
It could analyze the content of those emails and then automatically schedule meetings based on what it finds.
Or maybe analyze market trends and make stock trades.
Exactly. That's the agentic aspect of it. They act on your behalf.
It's like having a superpowered personal assistant.
Right. And as these agents become more sophisticated, they have the potential to revolutionize so many industries.
Streamlining processes, automating decision-making.
It's almost like science fiction becoming reality.
It really does feel that way sometimes. But I imagine there are still some pretty big challenges to overcome with AI agents, right?
Of course. We need to ensure their safety, reliability, and most importantly, their ethical behavior.
Which brings us to the ever-important topic of AI regulation.
Governments around the world are grappling with how to regulate this rapidly evolving technology.
It's a tough balancing act.
It really is. Too much regulation could stifle innovation, but too little could lead to some unintended and potentially harmful consequences.
It's like walking a tightrope.
A very delicate tightrope indeed.
So there's no easy answer.
Not really. The approach will likely vary depending on the specific application of the AI and the potential risks involved.
This is a debate that's likely to continue for some time.
Oh, absolutely. And it's a conversation that we all need to be a part of.
Now, shifting gears a bit, I came across a news item that highlights the unexpected ways AI is being applied.
Oh, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
It's about how AI is transforming the field of non-destructive testing.
Ah, yes, I read about that. Organizations like the American Society for Non-Destructive Testing are using AI to inspect things like buildings and bridges for structural integrity.
It might seem like a niche application, but it just goes to show how AI is being used to solve real-world problems in all sorts of sectors.
It also highlights the need for standards and guidelines in AI development and implementation.
To make sure it's used safely and ethically.
Especially in fields where public safety is paramount.
It's all about finding the right tool for the right job.
Couldn't agree more. AI is a powerful tool, and it needs to be used responsibly.
Well said. Now, before we move on to the final segment of our deep dive, is there anything else that stood out to you from today's news?
Well, earlier we were discussing NVIDIA and their record-breaking earnings.
Driven by that huge demand for their AI chips.
Right, but some analysts are suggesting that this could be the peak of the AI hype cycle, at least for now.
So they're saying the AI gold rush might be slowing down?
Well, their argument is that once companies have built up their AI infrastructure, the demand for those specialized chips might start to decrease.
I see. It's like everyone rushes to stake their claim, but eventually the gold runs out.
Exactly. And this potential slowdown is definitely something investors are keeping a close eye on.
Because a decline in the AI gold rush could have a ripple effect throughout the entire tech industry.
NVIDIA's performance is often seen as a bellwether for the overall health of the AI market.
So while NVIDIA is celebrating its wins right now, they're probably also preparing for a future where growth might not be as rapid.
They'd be smart to do so. Being able to adapt is crucial in the tech world. Things change so quickly.
Well, our deep dive today has covered a lot of ground. New model launches, ethical concerns, the challenges of AI implementation.
It's a lot to keep up with. AI is moving at such a rapid pace.
But that's why we're here, to break it all down and help you make sense of it all.
It's an exciting time to be following AI. The progress is remarkable, but we also have to be mindful of the potential downsides.
Absolutely. The decisions we make about AI today will shape the world of tomorrow.
So it's crucial to stay informed and engaged. We all have a role to play in ensuring that AI is developed and used responsibly.
Well said. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI.
We hope you found it informative and thought-provoking.
Remember, the future of AI is not set in stone. It's up to all of us to shape it.
Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning.